Reckless mouth. RHOA alum Peter Thomas shares thoughts about NeNe Leakes. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, RHOA, has seen its fair share of drama, and one of the show's most famous husbands, Peter Thomas, has often found himself at the center of it. Since his debut in season 3 alongside his then wife Cynthia Bailey, Peter has been vocal about his thought about his co-star NeNe Leakes. In a recent episode of Reality with the King, Peter Thomas opened up about his journey on RHOA from season 3 to 10. Fans may remember he was one of those rare people who openly spoke against his co-star and RHOA queen NeNe Leakes. Their feud has been captured throughout the years. Even today, it doesn't seem to end, as Peter said. RHOA alum Peter Thomas shares NeNe Leakes felt threatened by his popularity. On Wednesday, July 13th's episode of Reality with the King, Peter Thomas held no bars when it came to being candid about his journey on RHOA and his former castmates. Carlos King, the podcast host and one of the former producers of RHOA, even remarked that one of the reasons the show became a hit was because Thomas was not afraid of NeNe Leakes. On the show, it has been seen that most of the husbands are just more of background players. However, Peter Thomas stood out and went toe-to-toe with one of the queen bees of reality television. In response to this, Peter Thomas pointed out the fact NeNe is, in fact, 6 feet tall. RHOA alum further remarked how he felt the men in the show were never significant, but it soon changed as Carlos also believed the guys should be given a chance to chime in. As soon as this was implemented, the show gained better momentum as fans saw different dynamics instead of the usual drama. However, NeNe felt threatened by the possibility of him overshadowing her on the show. Despite NeNe's reputation as the group's queen bee, the entrepreneur believes he poses a big challenge to her. NeNe accused him of always meddling in women's business, but Thomas disagreed. That makes a lot of the girls upset too, because we were taking camera time away from them. That's why NeNe told me to stay out of women's business. Wine asterisk asterisk asteriska. Because I'm taking more camera time. I got some asterisk asterisk I want to promote too. She didn't like that asterisk asterisk at all, he said. Not only was the queen bee upset, but his former wife Cynthia didn't like that Peter seemed to be taking up her screen time. I thought that was the dumbest thing ever because the whole purpose of why we were on the show is because of the money they were paying her and the exposure that we were getting as a couple. So the more we taped either myself or her, but when the cameras were gone, she felt the wrath of the girls, especially NeNe, he recounted. It is worth noting that NeNe and Peter were on seemingly good terms before he commented on the podcast. The former hasn't replied to the accusations.